Hi Floss Tube, it's Shelly with It's Only Stitching here on YouTube and Key X Stitch on Instagram. And it is September 12th, Monday, and I'm here because Kim Goldman was saying to me the other day, hey, how many samplers do you have? Do you think you have a list of them? I'm like, no list. I think I have 10. Then I thought of like 15. Then I looked and I had 25. And most of these are ones I truly consider samplers, and I think they are samplers, and I really think there's a broader thing of samplers definition that I did not include. Like a lot of the Blackbird are from samplers, so they really are not reproduction, but they're still samplers. So I think maybe a lot of the Blackbird ones could be included too. And some things I have here I would consider samplers because they're samplings of different things, like different motifs or different blocks I'll put together. Like my Sheep Virtues that has all the blocks put together, I would call that a sampler, but I didn't put it in here. And I think it's because in quilting, there's different ideas of what a sampler quilt would be. It's usually like different blocks, like block of the month, and you put them all together, and there's, ooh, sorry about that, I didn't know my chair was hitting the table. You put them all together, and there are 12 different blocks, so it's like a sampling of different blocks. So some of these I consider that when it's like samples of different motifs. So anyway, they don't all have alphabets, which for sure I think something old with an alphabet is a sampler. So that's kind of my definition, not definition, however you see it. So I will just start out, and this is probably one that I've restarted several times. I might restart it again because it's on 18 count. This is a digital pattern. Must have needed that piece of paper for something of mine that I downloaded from Creative Poppy. That's where a lot of Barbara Anna's patterns are. And this is All Creatures Great and Small, huge, huge, huge. And the reason I might restart it is because it's on 18 count, Tycho, which, Instagram, which, this looks pretty modeled. Like sometimes I've gotten Tycho and it just hasn't been modeled at all on Ada. So that's my one strand, and I have a big note on it saying one strand because I always stitch with 2 strands on 16. So I picked it up before it's done 2 strands. And oh look, Taryn has a video up. I'm on airplane mode, but I'm also on Wi-Fi, so I'm still getting notifications. This is EF 1836 and 1837. I think the same person did 2 different ones, and it's by Needlework Press. I love this chart. So it's just 2 different of the same person. I'm assuming it's a girl. Her sampler sewed together. And I hardly have anything done on this. I always think I have more done on it than I do. But I think the colors are pretty and it looks good so far. And this is 16 count Relic by PTP. Oh, my stuff is in here. My samplers that I just showed a couple days ago are also in here because my question is, what should I stitch next for Sampler September? Which one should I stitch on? And if you have ideas and I see your comment, then maybe I'll just pick that one up. Like it's not really gonna be this one wins, I don't think, because I don't think I have that many subscribers. So all of them are contenders of what do you think I should be stitching on? So I'll go through the ones that I just showed pretty quickly and not talk about the fabric. But this is by GGR, and this is Elizabeth A. Wendon, 1864. And this also says Little Deeds, yeah, Little Deeds of Kindness, which is the same verse that's on that one from Scarlet House. And this one is on a Luminous Fiber Arts fabric, which is Whisper. So it's I think it's a very light gray. And this is probably the only single, there's one more that's a single color one that I have. And I'm doing this with HDF Rub Sampler Teal. HDF is Hand Dyed Fibers by Vicki Clayton. So if you look up Hand Dyed Fibers, you'll find it online. But that's a beautiful color. And I'm hoping I have enough. I think I do. Here's another one. So this is 1864 EF sampler. And the problem is I have several of these that are out of the SANC, Samplers and Antique Needlework Quarterly CD. And most of them, this one, I think Kim knows when this is. If you want to know any of the exact issue that any of the SANC ones are from, I can look them up. But it's like going through all my digital stuff, every table of contents to find it because I was not writing the stuff down when I started these things. So this one, and here's the cow, and this is beautiful fabric. This is Luminous Fiber Arts Sparrow, so Misty Purcell. And this is one I almost forgot I had, Entwined Hearts. I did forget I had it until I saw it in the background of Kim's video, or Kim's house, and I'm like, oh, I gotta work on that one. And this is just fabric I dyed myself. So it started out, I don't know, it's somewhere around 16 count. Do I have it upside down? Yes, I do. It's not super fun to stitch on. And the color is you know, more vibrant, but it's kind of the same idea. So I don't think, well, you know, I can tell I did change the colors because I can tell the vine is a different color than this vine because that one was so light. So I don't know what I'm using on that. Jenny Brimer by Milady's Needle. Should I talk about Kim again? She just finished this. Beautiful. And this is on Doubloon, PTP Doubloon, and that's all I have done so far. It's really gold, yeah, like this. That's the color. That's Milady's Needle. And then here's the Rose and the Giant Pear, which is hats. So this is a small sampler. I call this a sampler, but it doesn't, I mean, Nicola calls it a sampler. She says, this delightful sampler. So even though it doesn't have letters on it, or, you know, to me it's a sampler. And this is also Tyco. See, so, this Tyco's lighter. And you can see the variegation, the modeling more on camera than you can in real life. So that's as much as I have done, and it's upside down because that's the top of the pear. So that is really fun to stitch. I should get back to that. The Scarlet House and Topley. And this is on Tarnished by Picture This Plus, which is a very pretty blue, green, gray. It's really greener in real life. And that's good. I have some of the border on this done. I like it. It's got a lot of pinks and reds. And the colors are really pretty down here. Amy, this is the one I think you should stitch. Amy Gable Stitcher. I was talking about small samplers that I had. I really like this one. I think you should stitch that one. If you're looking for something that you can finish. Not this one. I just showed this the other day, Dutch Beauty. It's humongous. I don't even know the stitch count. Hundreds by hundreds. So I showed that one. And then Scarlet House Floral Motif Sampler. So that's also called a sampler. And to me, it's a sampler because it has all these different motifs on it, but no alphabet. And this is on, what is this color? I know it's PTP, and it's something kind of dark. It might be ale. My thread is attached. Oh, I know. My camera, oh my goodness. My camera is stuck onto my tripod type thing, my phone holder. So my phone is stuck onto my phone holder with a piece of packing tape because I put a pop socket on the back of my phone, so now it no longer fits into my phone holder. So I had to tape it down. And Floral Motif Sampler. It's so pretty. Oh. If I made a pile of the ones I wanted to work on, they would be the whole thing, right? The whole pile. Okay, so this is unusual because this one has not started. I think there's two, maybe not, but I think there's two in here that are not started. This is also from the Sank CD. And Sabina Moore sampler, 1879. And I'm going to stitch it in pinks. So I think I was trying to stitch it mostly in pink, or maybe I was going to do the letters in pink and then figure out the basket and the flowers. And then I had this stuff. I don't know, might have dyed it myself. It looks like a cheap piece of Aida. I think I did dye it myself because it has a big green dot on it on the back. Yeah, and you can see it on the front. I don't think I'm gonna use, I think this needs to be thrown away. Okay, Marie Cornu, This I had done for my last floss tube, and I did not show it. I started this for hashtag Reflate-a-Swa-Sal, and here's how you spell Reflate-a-Swa, and then you just put S-A-L on the end for the hashtag. And Kim Goldman is doing that one. Kim, how many times can I mention you today? And this is almost, to me, it's almost September sampler soiree, that hashtag that Veronica Senorita Stitches is doing, and she's got prizes and stuff too. So if you're doing an actual like reproduction, true to the original sampler, and you can enter that. But I'm changing it, so I don't think that qualifies anymore once I change stuff, because I'm having trouble with a lot of colors. This is the called for color. It's DMC like 930. And these are the called for. But then this color was super white with a tiny tint of blue. And it looks bluer in this to me. So I decided to follow the picture. And then this red looks really vibrant to me. And the red that they chose is like a brown red, and that's really bugging me. It's probably gonna come out. And they have this other bright red that's pretty. And then this color I've been having trouble with too, because it looks pretty much like this in the picture. It's kind of a periwinkle blue purple color, and the color it was charted with was like a dusty purple. It did not look like that at all. So I'm like, I guess their picture's wrong. So I'm trying to make it look like the picture, but I was having a hard time. This is the second A that I've stitched, and so I'm not exactly sure, but I think I might change it to one of the other blues and keep it blue, but just do something different. And then here's Thurza that I showed before, Thurza Priscilla Dawes. And this is by Hemlock and Rye, and you can get it on Gumroad, which Hemlock and Rye is Julie, a Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. I have that much done on that. And then I also showed M.A. Badger, which I incorrectly said was a download, but no, it is a borrowed chart, so I was using a working copy, which I never do. So that's why it looked like a download to me, but no, it is actually hard copy. So that's by the Traveling Stitcher. And her blog is travelingstitcher.blogspot.com, but I'm pretty sure you can buy this at the Attic. Let's see how wrong I am today. So, and this is what I've done so far on her. I did just show her. And the same thing with, and I don't know why, I guess I don't have the, this is Christmas Garden, and I don't have the book sitting in here because it's from a book. So I just have the working copy of the pattern without the cover picture. So I showed that one the other day also. And this one's Mary Lindsay. This is another small one I was talking to you about, Amy. By Chessie and Me. Did I show this recently? Don't know. Don't know when I last worked on it. Can't remember. I think I did. This is Witchell, yeah, French Cafe Mocha. I think I did show this. Because this is a strange Witchell that's super soft, instead of being the stiff piece of cardboard like Witchell is usually. Christmas Rose by Blackbird. See, this one has an alphabet, I don't know. There's very few of my Blackbirds. I think I have like 5 Blackbirds going. And this I think is on Fawn or Sand, I don't know. Should write these things down, you know. But that's good since I have all the border done. And I've really mostly used all the called for, or I started using one silks. I think this, the green is Weathered Vine, which is a silk, Belsois. But the rest of them are just overdyes. Mary Gibson sampler. And this is from the Haslemere Museum. So this is a download if you go to the Haslemere. Haslemere Museum. And this is on something like Moonglow, or I think that's what it is. It's a pretty yellow PTP color. So she's big and pretty though. The colors are just beautiful in her. And I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if the writing is over 1, because I used to buy stuff when there was over 1 and thought, oh, I'll just, you know, put something bigger in it, bigger and shorter in it, and do it over 2, or, you know, on Ada, it's like over 2. So I'm not sure if that has any on, but now I just don't even buy it if it's got over 1, because I change around so much stuff as it is, it's just easier. So this is a piece band sampler by Heartstring Samplery. And I changed a little bit of this to add more lyrics. More lyrics, fewer sample bands going all the way across. And this is on Mystic, no, Alchemy, PTP Alchemy, which is lighter than Mystic. And what is the color? I'm using a pink on this. Don't remember what it is. That's the bad thing about having all my stuff out of the bags. Because at least you don't have to listen to all the zipping and stuff, but then I don't know what color that was. Theron Traditions. This is the Needles and Pins Wedding Sampler, which cracks me up because of the saying, needles and pins, when a man marries, his troubles begin. Needles and pins, I think that's what it says. And that is all over one, but I did chart it out so I can fit it in if I just make the verse, you know, go around different places and maybe take out the tree or something. I did, and then maybe not repeat needles and pins again. I figured I could fit it in. But I always like things with a house with the lawn like that, like a hill with animals on it. I think the border's pretty too. No bottom border, that's a plus. The top border's different, so that's a plus. So, not too thrilled about the people, Darlene, but I think I have to stitch them because they're kind of a main part of it. And I was doing this with Caitlin. What is your name now? She used to be Kate Props. Now it's something like Kate, K-A-I-T, Kate Stitches. Oh, I'm so sorry, but she's doing this. And I also saw Angela Loves to Stitch. She's doing this too. And this is on Ancient, which is my favorite PTP. And I have that much done. So I guess I'm not taking out that tree. There's my gray cat. I was laughing that, do all of these? Oh no, I took that one down that had a gray cat. But both of these have gray cats in them because I lost a gray kitten a couple years ago. I think it's a few years ago by now. So I put gray cats in a lot. And then this is one I just don't go back to very often, but this I consider a sampler, well, because it's a sample of different kinds of peacocks. It also has an alphabet, but even if it didn't have an alphabet, I'd consider it a sampler. By Rosewood Manor. It's called Peacocks and Posies. So it's got the flowers too. And I'm doing this on PTP Dapple, which is a light gray, and just using random different colors of blue. Some of these are silk, some of these are DMC. Some of them are, nope, not DMC. These are all hand-dyed silks and cotton. And then this one, Barbara Anna's Sisters. I also downloaded this from Creative Poppy. I love all of Barbara Anna's primitive stuff. If you don't know, if it's your first time here and you don't know. And this is also an Ancient, and I'm putting my sister's name and my name on here because it's two sisters that stitched these and put them together. But I am not going to sew them on two different fabrics. So see, there's a seam right here, and then they put X's over it. I might just put X's there. I don't know. I should have left a little extra space. I could have done a fake seam on the back. Heartstring Samplery. And this is Church Doll Sampler. Roll. Yeah, roll. And I changed this a ton. Kim just texted me. She's gonna stitch antlers. Hope you got your antlers done, Kim. And I put this on some PTP that's light blue, kind of an aqua blue. I don't know what this is. It's lighter than Coastal. I don't know. So that's the whole size of it, and I changed the colors to make it brighter. And the idea of these was for little girls to play with them while they were in church, to stay quiet. Oh yeah, this is that one that's really weird. Like I got something on it right here. Maybe I should restart this in Prim Colors. Maybe I'll try washing it, because PTP is color fast. It says, and God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And then this is just numbers and letters and chickens, squirrel, and a little deer. And 2 more. And this one's also from Sank Anathes sampler. And it's really funny because I always think my printer is so bad, and I tried to print it again, and it's from a different picture on the internet, and it's still kind of pinkish. But I don't think it was done on pink fabric. This is some gray I dyed myself, and all I have done so far is some leaves. So look how wrinkly that is. But it looks like it's the called for. I love all the colors in this. I love all the pinks. I love the kitty. It's already kind of a gray kitty. I wouldn't have to change. And then my last one. And see, this one is a sampler to me, even though there's no letters. I don't know. Tell me if you think this is a sampler. So this is Roses for Ruby by the Scarlet House. And this looks like Dapple too, is it? Yes, Dapple. PTP Dapple, and looks like I started in the middle with the flower basket. Unsightly string hanging. Pretty, right? I know I went on a big streak of buying things that had like these pictorial things like that, and Giant Pear has it too, like this kind of stuff. And so does Marie Corneo that I just started. I started Marie Corneo on September 1st for Sampler September. So there it is. What do you think? Do you have a vote on what you think I should be stitching on like right now? Okay, I hope you guys are enjoying Sampler September. Hashtag Sampler September is for any old sampler, and hashtag September Sampler Soiree, so you'd switch it. So September comes first, and that is for the true reproductions, okay? And the Veronica Senorita Stitches is running that one. So everybody have a happy stitchy time, and tell me what you think I should be stitching on.